Hi guys. Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. It's been so long since we last spoke, but I realized that I haven't really spoken to you guys about my whole year of experience with having twins. So I thought I'd come to you guys and talk to you about things that I wish I knew before I had twins or things people really didn't tell me before I had twins. So let's get started. A lot of these things I had to learn throughout the year that I had them. My twins are like, I think 19 months now. I'm not sure because I'm one of those parents that don't care about how like the months are. But I think they're 19 months because I think they were 18 months in November, so they're 19, going to be 19 months, I believe, in December. I'm not sure. So the first thing that I had to learn the hard way when I had twins was that it is very hard for you to breastfeed them at the same time. Now, before having twins, I did a lot of research. I did a lot of, watching other people's videos to try to see like what to do. So I didn't want to feel like a deer in the headlights. Oh my God, I can't speak today. I didn't want to feel like a deer in the headlights. So I kind of just was like, let's look at other people's videos so I can see what to expect. So I saw a lot of women double breastfeeding. I'm talking about like one baby here, one baby here. And I was like, I'm gonna be super mom. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get the boppy and I'm gonna breastfeed both of them at the same time, blah, blah, blah. That did not go as planned. There were a few times within the beginning of the pregnancy, within the beginning of them being newborns that I did manage to breastfeed at the same time, but it was rare. It was like once in a while I was able to get them both to latch on. I went through a weird situation where one baby was latching on way more than the other baby. So because one baby was latching and then the other baby would stop, and then like months later the other baby started latching and then the other one would stop. So I had to deal with that too. And sometimes I also dealt with one baby being awake and one baby sleeping. So it was very hard for me to get both of them to be latched on at the same time. And I didn't know that it was that difficult. The women on Instagram and TikTok made it seem like that shit was fucking easy, and they had one, like, I don't know. But that's one thing to expect, is like, don't expect to be breastfeeding them at the same time. I'm not saying that it's gonna go for everyone, but I'm just saying from my own experiences, it did not work out that way for me. And I don't want you going into this journey thinking that you have to achieve that, because no, you don't. You can still nurture and breastfeed your baby no matter if you choose to pump or if you choose to like feed directly on the boob. Don't be discouraged, it happens. Another thing that I experienced this whole year while having my twins is that there was a size difference. So Eliza was born, I think she was like 8 pounds 4 ounces, and Emma was born 8 pounds 10 ounces, right? And I thought to just buy the same size clothing for them. It did work up until I noticed when they were like 3 months and then keep going up until 12 months. A lot of the stuff started getting tight on Emma because Emma was the chunkier baby, and meanwhile Eliza was the slimmer baby, and Eliza was the one who was born first. So I had dealt with a few times within these past months having to buy different size clothing because one clothing would fit one twin while the other one is too tight for the other twin. So just in case you do have that experience as well, I just want to let you know so that you're more prepared for that when the time comes, that there is a possibility that your twins can't wear the same size, because it did happen to me. It's still happening to me, I should say. The third thing that you guys have to remember, moms, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to ask for help. Now, it took me a very long time to understand that. It took me forever to be okay with that. Like, my pride, I felt like got the best of me at times, and I didn't want to ask nobody for help. Because my husband and I, we had been through so much throughout the 8 years that we were together, and we dealt with a lot of hurt and pain from family members and friends. And so it's like we felt like we were like a force within ourselves. We just wanted to do things our way, ourselves, so that we didn't have to depend on nobody. So I just want to say that's not always the right way. If you do have family members who's actually offering you some help, to help watch the twins for you, to help watch your older kids for you, to help cook for you, to help clean for you, anything that they're offering for you, I say you should take that help, because you need it. Not only do you need time for yourself as a mom, but I honestly think that you also need time for you and your partner in the relationship. One thing that I did experience while having 4 children is that you can sometimes neglect your relationship, and that's one thing you do not want to do, especially if you really love the person that you're with. And I honestly think that if you can find a way to put time aside for you and your partner, you will not follow down that road. And I caught it in time. We both caught it in time. So we didn't allow us to literally hate each other because we have a lot of children. You know, we didn't expect to have twins. We was shooting for 1 baby and 2 came out. So all I can say is, if you have the help and the help is being offered to you, I suggest you take it. If you don't have the help, look for communities that are providing help here and there. Because now, with me being a widow, I have also turned off my pride meter and have been asking people for help here and there, and I have been getting the most amazing blessings from everyone around me. And I'm telling you, it's perfect, it's wonderful. Not everyone is so cruel, thankfully, but if you need the help, get the help and take the help. You may have one baby who wants to latch on your boob, and you may have one baby who likes the bottle. Now, society likes to make you feel like you're the worst mom ever because you are formula feeding your baby. I understand breastfeeding, breast milk is like the most nutritious thing you can have for your newborn, and that's perfectly fine. I'm an advocate to that. Like, I support that. But don't be ashamed to formula feed your kids because you can't get breastfeeding down the hatch. Like, don't feel like breastfeeding is like the only thing that's going to keep your child alive. No, formula was made for a reason. Yes, there's some, speculations about formula, but that's a whole nother video for a whole nother day. But if your child, your twins might turn out to be one that do like breastfeeding. They might turn out to be one that likes the bottle feeding, but they're still taking the breast milk through the bottle. They might be the type of twins that like formula. Both might like formula. So whatever it is, don't feel ashamed about it as a new mom of twins. Take it as it is. The main concern you should have is that your babies are having wet diapers. They are getting fed the amount that they're supposed to be getting fed that day, and the doctor says they're perfectly healthy. That's all that matters. Another thing that I did notice was that my twins are just their own personalities. One can be super clingy, and for me, that twin is Emma, and one can be very independent, and that twin can be Eliza. But I do notice that it does switch. From here and there, it can be where one twin doesn't want anything to do with me, while the other twin is like super clingy, don't want to let go of mama, and wants me to pick them up all the time. So I just wanted to let you know to be prepared for the different personalities, the different personality swaps, because every day is different with these girls. There's not one day that's the same, so you're gonna have to prepare yourself for these things. I promise you that. This next one, bro, doctor's visits. Doctor's visits are annoying as hell. Like, I'm talking about, it's just so annoying. I feel like I wish they had like a different method to how they do things when you come for a doctor's checkup for your kids. So like, being that you have 2 babies now, they expect for you to take off their clothes and you don't know the state of your child at that moment, especially with newborns. They're like sleeping 9 times out of 10, so you have to wake them up from their sleep, take off their clothes. You might have one that's screaming, you might have the other one who's chilling, and then the other one is probably screaming with his sister or brother, or her sister, his brother, whatever the case may be. It's annoying as hell. They have you undress the baby, and let me know in the comments if it's the same everywhere you go, because I just need to know if it's just my doctor's office with twins, because I don't remember this much with Jace and Hunter. But they make you undress the baby, then they weigh the baby, right? And they check the height of the baby. Then you gotta wait for the doctor. And sometimes these doctor's offices is super cold. So then, like I said, you might have one twin who's super annoyed, super frustrated, hungry, just not having the best kind of days. And also too, you have to wait for the doctor to come in. And if it's super cold in there, you gotta cover up your baby or put the clothes back on for the doctor to come in and tell you to remove it again. Like, that shit is like the most annoying thing in the world. Then while you're trying to dress up your baby back with one twin, then the other twin, they're ready for that other twin. So then you gotta put down one twin, and then you gotta get the other twin, and then it's like an endless. It's so frustrating. And even as my twins are like almost like they're gonna be 2 next year, I still deal with that same frustration. It's annoying as hell. And what makes it a little bit easier for me now is that I can put them down and they can walk around in the office. So like they like occupy themselves for a little bit while I'm dealing with one twin and a doctor. So yeah, that's one thing to be expected when you do have both. Now, I understand everyone don't have the same income guidelines, and that's perfectly fine, but I just want to let you know, if you're going to formula feed your baby, or if you do decide to breastfeed / formula, the formula finishes fast. So, now you know a can of Similac is like $17. It could be more in different areas. I actually haven't bought one in months, so I don't know how much it is, but actually, I've never brought one, and I'll explain why. I mean, I've brought one, but you'll know what I mean when I say it. So WIC will give you a certain amount of cans per child. So I remember when I had Hunter and Jace, they would give me maybe like 8 cans per month. With twins, they give you a lot. So the most cans I've received with Hunter and with Emma and Eliza. See, this is what happens when you have a lot of kids. You start saying multiple things. But the most cans I've ever received with Emma and Eliza is 20 cans. 20 cans. And it never lasted. I would go through it in a month and then have to wait for the re-up the next month. And this is like maybe after month 4 and 5, because I did have to stop breastfeeding because I was taking blood pressure pills that was dangerous for them. So they were just fully formula, and I went through that. I went through that whole thing. So prepare yourself. If you're someone who can, income guideline wise, get WIC, because you will run through Similac like hell. The last thing that I want to talk to you guys about is just trying to find a balance with having two. It's really good to have a routine. A routine helps you out so much. When my husband passed away, my sister-in-law came in and sleep trained the girls for me, and I was able to get them sleeping through the night at 6 months. And that was like the best thing that ever happened to me in my life. I'm talking about, like, I'll put the girls down to sleep at 8 o'clock, the boys go to sleep at 9 o'clock, and I have the whole night to myself to do whatever the fuck that I want. So try to find a balance if you can. If you are deciding to stay at home with your girls, you still need a routine. Don't let that routine go, because that routine will be your best freaking friend. Also, if you decide to be a working mom, that can be a little bit rough too. I'm actually going through the whole thing of trying to get a voucher to work, actually, because I did decide that I kind of wanted to go back to work. But they're giving me so much trouble that I'm like kind of just saying fuck that, and I'm just going to stay home with them. I don't necessarily have to work, but I just wanted the extra cash because, you know, I'm a new homeowner. There's a lot of things that I want done in my home. So it's like, I would love some extra money. But Vouchers are like hell to get sometimes, I feel like, in my own opinion, because they were just asking too much for me. But yeah, definitely, if you can, find the balance that you need in your life with your twins. It does get easier, it does get better. The first few months is hell on earth, but I promise you it will get better. And not the first few months is not always hell on earth for everybody, because I remember there was a point in time my husband and I was like, oh my god, this is fun. So definitely pull through. You will be able to do this, I promise you. And if you guys want more tips, do let me know, because I have so much more that I could talk to you about, especially the amount of diapers you'll be going through. Like, if you want to know that, I can let you know. So yeah, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget that I do have an Instagram and a TikTok that I am on almost every day. I just don't post all the time, but you could definitely follow me on there if you would like to see more about my family or just see more of us in general. I do want to thank you guys for all the love and support that I've been receiving ever since my husband passed away, and I just want to thank you guys. YouTube was something special to me, and he knew how special it was to me, and he was such a big fan of everything that I did to try to achieve my goals with YouTube. So I don't want to ever stop doing this. And yeah, so I want to thank you guys so much for watching yet again, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. I got makeup in this hand. Bye.